In this case, a man thought that by sending explicit messages and a private photo, he would impress a woman. But when this matter reached a Texas courtroom, the judge himself was surprised. Then the humiliating questions in court, the strict warning that was given, and the way a stalking case brought his life to 10 years of probation. All of it will shake you till the end.
We now call 26 CR 159, the state of Texas versus Alan Moore. And you, Alan Christopher Moore,
yes,
correct? Here with Mr. Dusler, your attorney and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment here? Can you proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, sir, this indictment states that on or about January 12th of this year in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of stalking by sending electronic messages to another person, and it was done in a fashion that would cause a reasonable person to feel harassed, annoyed, alarmed, abused, tormented, embarrassed, or offended. Either of those or any collection of those verbs would result in a violation of law. Do you understand? Okay. You understand what you're charged with fully here?
Yes, sir.
And this is, if convicted, a third-degree felony, which means you face a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand the punishment range that's applicable for any such case as this?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached between your attorney and the state where you would be pleading guilty, not found guilty. So long as you follow terms and conditions of probation, you would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which would be up to 10 years in length, fined $500. You do well on probation, the term of probation gets shortened to 1/3, 3 1/3 years.
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you will have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily, that is on your own free will and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
I'll show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 here. Did you sign that document voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct? State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence?
Yes.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, this states that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You are guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial, rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, and totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God at the bottom. State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report, Wade?
Yes, sir, it is.
How long have you been in jail now?
Yes, sir. About, I want to say about 70 days possible.
How's that working out?
Because the Lord's blessed me with another day. So it's,
I wouldn't want to be in there.
yeah, it's not easy, Your Honor.
There's a way to avoid that, you know. Fix it. Fix this mess. There. Move on. Have you ever been convicted of anything before in your life?
Well, I completed in 2018, 10 years in deferred adjudication for,
In this county?
yes, a long time ago. Yes, sir.
In this court?
It was drug impact court, Judge Gist, and I completed it all in 2018. Since then, I have not been in trouble.
It's a new set of facts. I've got to I've been doing this for attorney for over 40 years. I've never seen such a poorly set of facts. What the heck got into you? I mean, this is bizarre, right? Yeah. You think sending a picture of your penis to someone is going to woo them into affection with you and go out with you? Is that the way you deal with women? My God.
I made a mistake.
You're supposed to,
I made a mistake, Ron.
all right, well, fix this. This is a clear mistake here. I think that is the way.
Pause here for a second and think of one message, one explicit image, and one wrong mindset and the result? A felony charge, a guilty plea, public courtroom embarrassment, a strict condition like a lifetime-style no-contact order with the victim, and a constant threat of prison for 10 years. If you think that the legal consequences of online behavior aren't that serious, then this case completely overturns that thinking. And the final judicial warning that comes at the end is the most important part of this case.
You wooed a lady? No. Gotta show some respect to number one and to the ladies, and that's not it. Far from it. Shame on you for that. Anyway. You go on this one. This is just, don't ever do such a thing like this. All right. You've seen State's Exhibit 1, and this states you're mentally competent.
Yes.
And I'm going to find these statements that you've signed here under oath truth that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. You're guilty of the crime and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. Totally satisfied with the representation provided. All of this is true, so help you God. You have to speak out.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is part of the record for all purposes. Presented before his way.
Yes, sir.
If nothing further, I'm going to follow this agreement. And but here's the only caveat to this: the warning. You've been on deferred before, haven't you?
Yes, sir, I know.
Well, that didn't influence your future actions and decisions, knowing that we take crimes seriously. And you're looking at up to 10 years in prison in this one, right? Plus, against no way to treat a lady. You're supposed to respect it. We're going to find you pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I'm going to follow this agreement and defer any finding of guilt. You will be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation which are normally customary. Number one, you will have no contact with the victim. Absolutely not. There will you will in any way, shape, or form, by the way. You will complete a moral reclamation therapy program, which is a good program. It helps people realize and appreciate the consequences of their actions when it's a crime such as this one, where it's clear this is not only a crime, but if poor taste was a crime, you'd be guilty of that too. That's just disgusting. It's not dignified to another person, much less a lady. If you fail on this, your probation could be revoked. You could be then found guilty of stalking and sentenced up to 10 years in prison. How are you going to do?
I want to complete it. I want to complete it all, Your Honor.
Oh, I guess you learned something here, huh? There's no way a gentleman should have. That is all. Thank you.
At the end, the court gave him another chance, but clearly said that if he broke probation, the path to prison could open directly. The judge's words were also clear: this was not only illegal, but also deeply disrespectful behavior. This case showed that when a message turns into harassment and stalking, a person may realize it late. But the question is, should such defendants be given probation, or should they be sent directly to jail? Do share your opinion in the comments section, and if you like watching courtroom cases, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.